Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dan of the SteelTwins here to bring you the Week 5 picks. We got a special guest joining us this week for the picks. Shout out to Nicholas, also known as Cartman, in the Discord chat. Nicholas, how you doing, brother?
Good. Trying to be happy with the team right now. Going 3-1. Should I win 4-0, but it was tough.
Yeah, it's a tough loss. Things happen, but they host Sunday Night Football, man. It's going to be a great game. But before we get that, obviously we got an array, a bunch of other football games that should be interesting, fun to watch as we await for kickoff for our team. But Thursday Night Football, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Atlanta Falcons. These are two really hot teams right now, coming off convincing dubs. What's your prediction?
I gotta go with the Baker train right now. Tampa Bay.
I do too. I'm loving what they're doing. They're on a hot streak. Baker's looking good. I know they're facing a division rival. This is one of those games where, you know, it could go either way. They're always tough against each other. But I agree. I'm gonna go the Bucks. The Falcons secondary is still a little suspect to me. Their defense has improved. Their safeties are great. It's just their corners I'm not that sold on. And Baker's really starting to dice up some defenses. He did that last week versus Eagles. So I agree. Give me the Bucks on this one. Should be a fun Thursday nighter for sure. Next game, we have the New York Jets at the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are 4-0. I'm jealous. What's your prediction?
I will go with Vikings here. The Jets are just not looking too good, in my opinion.
No, they had a very tough loss last week to the Broncos of all teams. They only scored 10 points. Oh, no, they scored 9 points. I don't even know if they even got in the end zone.
No, they never got in the zone.
Wow, man. Now they know what it's like to be the Steelers for once. Yeah, for this game, I agree. I got to go with Minnesota. I believe this is a London game, so shout out to Josh K in the Discord chat. I don't know if he'll be going to this, but the London games are always a fun atmosphere. Minnesota's 4-0. I don't know how. I don't know what's up Sam Darnold, but, I mean, I don't see no reason for it to stop. I know Aaron Rodgers has history versus Minnesota, but Minnesota's firing on all cylinders. There's no reason for me to not take Minnesota right now. So I think they stay on their hot streak, and they go 5-0. Who could imagine that? Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. This is one not a lot of us are really into, but what's your prediction?
I with Andy Dalton here. He's been looking good with Carolina, so I got to go with Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago got a very solid win last week versus the Rams. Granted, the Rams are so hurt right now, so take that for what you will. Carolina, yeah, with Andy Dalton, they seem to be doing better. I honestly think they kept themselves in it versus the Bengals. To be honest with you, Chicago's not as much better than the Bengals in my opinion. So honestly, Carolina could pull off the quote unquote upset. For this game though, I'm gonna go Chicago just because they're the home team. Caleb Williams seems to finally start getting a groove, but I'm not gonna roll out Carolina's resiliency with a new leader at quarterback. Next game, we have an AFC North Division matchup that both of us will be interested to watch, and we hope none of them win. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Unfortunately, these two were the only two to win AFC North, or these two were the only AFC North teams to win last week. So, what's your prediction?
I gotta go with the Ravens. They got a winning game with Derrick Henry. Cincy have not looked good in the past 4 games, so
I agree. Cincy, I mean, they beat the Panthers, and the Panthers aren't a really good team. The Bengals just don't convince me. They don't. They could start racking up some wins, and against a divisional rival, I feel like they're always going to be within the battle here versus the Ravens. But the Ravens are coming off a hell of a win, a dominant win. Give me Baltimore. It seems like Baltimore is really starting to find that stride towards the first half of the season, and they're looking real solid. So there's no reason to not think Baltimore won't win this game. So yeah, Baltimore for sure. Another divisional matchup, we got the Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Keep in mind, this is being recorded right before the Miami and Tennessee Monday Night Football game. Miami could look better with Tyler Huntley. We'll see, but what's your prediction?
Big tough one because Miami doesn't look good and New England doesn't look good. I might have to give it to Miami, yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. I got to go Miami myself just because New England just doesn't look convincing. They're not good. They're not really anything right now. They're 1-3. They haven't won since week 1, and I believe they lost real badly last week to the Niners. Miami isn't as threatening as the Niners, but I mean, I'd probably take Miami in this one just because Miami at least has a has more weapons than the Patriots can offer, especially in the receiving game. Next one, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Washington Commanders. Shout out to Washington, man. How you feel about Washington?
They looking good. Their new quarterback looking good. He may gain one for the rookie of the year right now. So yeah, they looking good right now.
They are. So would you go with Washington over Cleveland here?
Any day. I hate the Browns. I always say that. I gotta go Washington.
I gotta go Washington too, dude. The Browns are just so bad. Watson is bad. Their defense is bad. There's nothing good about Cleveland right now, and they're facing a very hot Washington team led by Jaden Daniels, who is really starting to kind of steamroll and find some momentum. And I agree, he is leading the charge with Rookie of the Year. Not Caleb Williams, not no one else. It is Jaden Daniels. He is really cooking. I don't see how that changes versus a suspect Browns team. Yeah, give me Washington. This is actually my lock of the week. So the more the Browns lose, the happier we'll be as Steelers fans. Next game, we got another divisional matchup. We got a bunch from this week. We got Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Dude, Jacksonville has lost 9 straight with Trevor Lawrence. So now they host a divisional rival. Could they finally get a win here?
I honestly gotta say it depends if Anthony Richardson play, but if he doesn't play, I could see Jags pulling it off. So I'm gonna take my luck and hope he plays. So I gotta go with the Colts.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts as well. I would think Richardson plays. I know he went out with a hip injury. We'll see what the severity is throughout the week. Even then, unfortunately, we got to see Joe Flacco dice us up, and Jacksonville's defense is worse than the Steelers. They have a good front seven. Their secondary is still suspect. Yeah, Indianapolis, regardless who's going to be the starting quarterback, Indianapolis is going to win this one. I believe somehow Indianapolis, as of now, is the underdog. So that intrigues me as a betting person. Yeah, I'm going to Indianapolis. Next game, this is one all of America's going to be watching. This is Buffalo at Houston. What's your prediction?
This game will be a good game. The Buffalo they got embarrassed by the Ravens. Houston looked good. They got a lot of weapons. The thing that we need the most. I would have to go with Houston on this one.
Yeah, honestly, like this is a toss-up. This is hard to pick because Buffalo, they got blown out last week. But they're a lot better than that. I think we all know for sure they can offer a lot more than what they did last week. They're gonna have a fire under them this week. They're gonna want to rebound, especially in a divisional conference matchup. Not divisional, a conference matchup. But you know, this is this could be one of those games where both teams look back on at the later parts of the season where whoever wins this could very well get a higher seeding. So this is already an important game for both teams. Houston, I think they're looking good. I mean, what did they? Did they win last week versus the Jags? But I mean, it wasn't as convincing as you would think. Granted, it's a divisional matchup. I'm gonna go Houston as well, just because I think Stroud's just gonna try to hit Diggs. It seems like this is one of those revenge games for Diggs, or what many people are going to interpret as a revenge game. I could see Diggs kind of having himself a decent game here. I think Houston just has more weapons. I think they got more legit receivers. Regardless, this should be a great one, but I agree. Give me Houston. Next game, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. Somehow the Broncos have won 2 straight. Do they make it 3 straight?
Yes, they do. The Raiders had flat out look terrible, just like the Browns. They can't really get nothing going. And Denver, they had Bo Nix. They beat the Jets with a good defense. And we all know the Raiders defense not against the Jets. So I gotta go Denver.
Surprisingly, I gotta agree with you. I know Vegas thankfully beat the Browns last week. But Denver's winning 2 straight, and I kind of like their momentum. I like what they're doing so far. After they lost to the Steelers, it seems like they're really starting to clean some things up. And as long as they keep feeding Javonte versus a weak Raiders run defense, they have a chance. So with that being said, and them being at home, it's a divisional game, but give me the Broncos in this one. We got the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers, another divisional game. What is your prediction?
Did Arizona win that night? I don't remember what they did or they lost.
The Raiders? The Raiders won.
No, I'm in the Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Arizona, I believe, got blown out by what team was it?
The Rams?
No, the Rams lost to the
No,
Bears.
it was.
It was I think it was the Commanders. Yeah, it was the Commanders.
Oh yeah, it was the Commander. Um, these teams, Arizona blew out one team, and they got blown out. The 49ers flat out. Ever since they lost Debo, McCaffrey, they have not looked so good. Oh, they're a tough one. I'm going to put my money on the 49ers to take out the victory in this one.
Yeah, I'd agree. 49ers are just a hot team right now. Jordan Mason's really running the ball hard ever since filling in for CMC. It seems like Brock Purdy is really starting to find his strides. Jawan Jennings is really looking like their number one right now. Not Brandon Ayuk. I feel like they got to keep stacking wins. They're 2-2 right now, and the more wins they stack, the better. Especially since this is a divisional matchup. They already lost one a couple weeks ago to the Rams. I don't think they want to sustain another one versus the Cardinals, especially since they got the Seahawks the week after. So yeah, give me the Niners, but I think the Cardinals are going to keep this very close. The Cardinals are resilient, but as for last week, they weren't. So I'm thinking they're going to want to come in and have a tougher matchup, but I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Niners. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Los Angeles Rams. These are two teams that are trying to get back in the win column. Should be an interesting one. What's your pick?
I probably go with Green Bay. They about came back and beat who was in the
I think it was the Vikings. Yeah, they came back.
Yeah.
They came
Yeah,
back, but still lost.
Yeah, they're like what we really did. So I would go Green Bay. Green Bay didn't look too bad. LA just had so many injuries, so it's gonna be a tough one for them to win.
It is. And Jordan Love, he had a very rough game last week. He had a very hot and cold game. A lot of turnovers. Granted, it was his first game back from injury. I think he cleans that up versus a hurt Los Angeles defense. Yeah, I think Green Bay is going to win this one. The Rams could keep it close. This might be one of those really surprisingly defensive battles that you wouldn't expect. But I think Green Bay still, at the end of the day, is gonna get a win. It feels like Jordan Love has yet to get that first win of the season as a starting quarterback. This might be the game to do it. Give me Green Bay. Next game, we got the New York Giants at the Seattle Seahawks. As of this recording, the Seahawks are undefeated. That could change tonight versus the Lions. We'll see. But I don't think either way it's going to change our opinion who's going to win this one, correct?
No. Giants, they need a new quarterback ASAP. I going Seattle. I going with a Geno Smith.
Yeah, Seattle's looking good. Their defense is strong. Their new head coach, Mike McDonald's, leading them in proper direction. Their depth is really being showcased a lot. The Giants have looked good the last 2 weeks, but granted, it's been against the Browns and the Cowboys. Those two teams combined, I don't think, make up for what the Seahawks are right now. Yeah, give me Seattle. And Sunday Night Football, we got the Dallas Cowboys going all the way to Pittsburgh at Heinz Field to face the Steelers. As a Steelers fan, how do you feel about this game? How are you feeling about our Steelers being 3-1 so far?
I hope that Westbrook could be healthy. I hope we do not bench Justin as much as I like Westbrook, but Justin Fields, he's the new franchise. He's the quarterback that we would need to sign the offseason and keep. Cowboys have on Thursday Night Football, they did go through some injury. I hope that Parson got a high ankle sprain and some other people got injured. If we can shut down the Cowboy offense and not let them tail the secondary, I think we could pull it away. But it would be a close one.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a close one. These are two historic franchises. A classic game for Sunday night, right? Time of possession is going to be massive for the Steelers in this game. You got to help out the defense. The defense was very sus last week versus CD and them. I would hope we can try to limit him, and the best way to do it is to keep him off the field. Got to help out the defense. Offense got to keep doing what they're doing. More of the second half offense throughout the entire game, all 60 minutes. Fields has to keep cooking. If that's the case, I like our chances. I'm not convinced by Dallas and the fact that some of their defensive players are hurt, like you said, Parsons, and I think Lawrence got hurt. He'll be out a couple weeks. That's going to help the Steelers' odds, especially since their O-line is now very young and they're going to play a lot of depth pieces. Sayamalu could be back. James Daniels is officially out for the year, unfortunately. We're already without Fatanu as well for the year, so that's really going to help the defense a lot. That's going to help the offensive line a lot versus that defense. So with that being said, yeah, I'm going to give the win back to the Steelers. Think they got to get back in the win column. I think they got to keep stacking these wins. And in prime time, I think Tomlin is going to try to fire this team up. Against the Dallas team, this could be one of those statement games for the Steelers, and I hope they really show up and show out.
Yeah, I hope Mike Tomlin put a file under the defense ass for how they perform.
He better, man. That was
unbelievable.
Yeah, that was despicable against a 39-year-old Joe Flacco. Just rough. So yeah,
And we had mistakes, but the defense could have got out if Deontay Jackson did not make that tackle. They would have never got a field goal.
yeah,
To make it 27-24.
yeah. It's just
And I was spied by the offense putting up 24 points back-to-back drives. That was impressive by me.
yeah, it was. It just shows the resilience. It shows what Fields can really offer to the table, and it shows we can make comebacks like that. And 24 points against the worst defense in the league, or one of the worst defenses in the league at that time, and with the defense we have, would be enough to win the game. But unfortunately, it wasn't, and that falls on defense. That falls on a lot of mistakes. We got to clean those up. If we clean half of them up, limit the turnovers on offense, get in the end zone more, try to start off a little hot. I hope Pittsburgh can respond well, and they respond back with a dub. And against Dallas, I mean, that would give me no more pleasure. That would give me something that I've been looking for a couple years now against Dallas. So I hope that's the case. Close out this pick, guys. We got Monday Night Football. We got the New Orleans Saints at the Kansas City Chiefs. Another Chiefs primetime game. Who would have thought? What's your prediction?
The Chiefs, probably the best wide receiver they got besides Kelsey. That was unbelievable when I saw that Mahomes taking out his own wide receiver threat. So yeah, I gotta go with the Chiefs. Unfortunately, I don't want to, but I had to, So
Yeah,
I'll go with Kansas City here.
Yeah, at the risk of sounding like Tony Romo or Chris Collinsworth, you just can't count the Chiefs out. I mean, they are still one of the I believe they're still one of the few undefeated teams in the league, and I mean, it's prime time. I mean, come on. Why would you bet against the Chiefs? Although New Orleans has lost 2 straight after having a hot first 2 weeks. So they're going to have something to prove. They're going to have a fire under them for sure. They're going to want to try to get back in the win column. They're going to try to get a bit of what they showed the first 2 weeks back in Kansas City. But this is Arrowhead in prime time with Mahomes. I know Mahomes doesn't really have many receivers, but, I mean, that's never stopped him before. Kansas City's going to win this one, but I would hope the Saints can pull off the upset and give Kansas City their first loss. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be another crazy week of NFL football. Maybe another week of crazy upsets. We shall see, man. It's been the year of the upsets so far. It's going to be another great week of football, man. I can't wait for it. I want to give a huge thanks, huge shout to Nicholas for finding the time to do this. Always great to have you on for another year. Anything you want to say before we get on out of here?
Always great to do it again. I hope the Pittsburgh go on under the lights and shine for us, Hopefully we don't take another L in the column.
Yeah.
I hope we keep Fields and the offense moving like we did at the end of the game for the Colts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Hopefully we do that. Hopefully we show some more versus the Cowboys. And the win versus the Cowboys will really give us a lot of hope and a lot of pleasure. Because he beaten Dallas, and Dallas losing in general is always a good time. So we shall see. With that being said, Nicholas, thank you again. Let us know you guys' picks down in the comments below, and see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later. Peace!